life and my career has been impacted in many ways by being a woman, but I don't consider myself just a woman. I am an immigrant woman, and in order to understand who Mina Diaz really is, you first have to understand a little bit about my struggle. At the age of 5 years old, my parents moved to the United States from Mexico. I became the family interpreter when I was 6 years old. It's a lot of responsibility for a child, which made me grow up faster than I sometimes wanted. At the age of 17, I was married, and I had a child when I was 18 years old. With my child in one arm and the book in the other hand, that was the start of my journey. My career right now are two different, very important things that I'm doing. And the first one is that I founded and I directed the Es en Lo Era Centro Latino. And then the second thing is I'm the director of the SER Latino program at the school district, which is the Service Education Resources Latino program. The Es en Lo Era Centro Latino is a resource center that we have in Vallejo. It's the only resource center in Solano County that focuses on a lot of the Latino issues. There's a lot of people in Vallejo that do not speak English. You know, the population here is close to 25% Latinos, and there were no services for people that are the same way that I was when I was a child, without speaking the language. So we came together, a couple of volunteers, my sisters and I, and decided to open the centro and be able to provide these services. We're in the process of filing for nonprofit status. A lot of people think we're already a nonprofit because we do so much, but we're not. We're not yet, and what we do because we care. I think that it's so important that you believe in yourself, first of all, that you believe that you're capable of doing everything and anything that you set your mind to do. We can be mothers, we can take care of a home, and we can also have a career and an education. And that's where sometimes people think that they have to be one or the other, and especially in the Latino community where things are changing, but in the olden days, they would pretty much expect that we would grow up, have our children, and stay at home. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can have everything. You can have anything that you want in life. I think that it's very important that we have more women that become politically engaged. And what I mean by that is we don't all have to run out there and you know, pose ourselves for an office position. If that's what you want, then that's what would be great. And as many of you know that I'm not a politician, yet I decided to run for city council in this past election because I saw a need, and I saw a need for change, and I think that the people in this city saw that same need because there's no other explanation for a person that did not have a political career, that had worked in social services, to have earned, you know, over 11,000 votes. We have to speak up because today for us, tomorrow for our future generations, I wouldn't want to be the one that has to look at my grandson and say, I didn't do anything to make your life better. I sat back and watched the world fall apart, and I didn't have the guts to step up and say, not in my town, not to my child, and not to your child. My mother is a very religious person who always prayed to us, and with her faith and being at home and the love that she always expressed to us, she taught us to love other people and to love ourselves, and that was a big part of my growing up. My father is the strongest man that I know, always working 2 jobs, very proud man who wanted to provide everything for his kids. I can honestly say that I did contribute to that American dream that my parents came searching for when they arrived in the United States. So I am a strong woman. I've been through many, many things, and I know there will be many more things to come, but I'm ready. I'm ready as the immigrant Latina woman that lives in Vallejo, California, the city that I love so much, just ready to help others and continue to help myself. There's one person in my life who I love dearly, I admire so much. She was my mentor. Her name is Jan Watson. Jan was my supervisor when I first started in Contra Costa County. And Jan saw in me things that I didn't even see myself. She was always telling me how smart I was and how I was able to help others and what a good trainer I was and everything positive that I did. And a couple of times, you know, She had some negative feedback of things that I could have done better. But I learned from her what it was to be such a strong, determined woman with a big heart. In honor of Women's National History Month, I want to encourage all women that are out there to do the best they can in whatever they choose to do. I also want to encourage everyone to raise men that will honor, respect, and love us. It's very important as mothers that we teach our sons how important a woman is, because too many times they don't respect women the way they should. So have them understand that the way they would want their mother to be treated and loved is the same way that the young woman who they marry or live with or date is important as well. That they must respect the woman that's in their lives, because that shows respect for themselves. I encourage everyone out there to do what they want to do, to reach for the sky. There's no limit. If a little girl that did not speak English can now sit before you and speak about these topics that are so important, you can do the same. Reach for the American dream. It's in the hands of everyone, the ones that live here and those of us that come from very far in search of it. Gracias.